because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Gold to add the extra point. First quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back.
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll... Someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They're already up a couple of scores, Brandon.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Winston. On the screen, this is Ekeler. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Y'all ain't winning this. Fuck it.
So on 4th down, out comes the Bucs free agent signee Bradley Pinion to punt. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. Fielded at the 20. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. A great return there. Bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Stretch this nigga. What? Other way. Oh, this shit is, and I got this shit saved. Here we go. This shit live, nigga. Focus, defense, focus. Focus, let's get it.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
60 minutes of this.
Oh, the catch deservedly so is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Garoppolo now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Blowout.
Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Super sprint.
Down on play number 2.
Y'all niggas not on the money. What's up?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Get them niggas. Get him. Get him. Look, he can't even carry him. Still go that big. Guys fucking with me, man. What's up? My nigga got legs, arms, blocking.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one, and he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter.
10 yards. You need more than 10 yards, man. You need 20, bitch. Right, that's only a What is it, the first quarter?
21-0 our score.
21
after
in the first
one.
quarter. Bitch, y'all is over. Y'all is over. Bitch, y'all is over. Over. Bitch, I ain't fucking with my squad. My squad is to die for, bitch. Come on, let's get it.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. On second down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Ready, white 25, green, triple T.
Play fake. Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
What?
And that's now the second time he's picked up the pass here in the first half. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Give me that ball, man. Yeah.
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? Got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Jerick McKinnon, 2 years in the making, gets his first 49er carry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pads?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people.
Hey,
the power is way forward.
Cool off, man. Fuck, man. Cool off, motherfucker.
Now Gold for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jameis Winston and the rest of the Bucs set to begin this next drive. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. It's been a very... They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, Winston. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. He's got Evans. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd and 7, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs.
Area.
Pass as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Garoppolo. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Here we go.
Garoppolo, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Breida. And now running right. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the game. Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And maybe he's starting.
Kick that bitch over in the field goal. Bitch, you starting like you really, but really you don't know. Dollar bill, y'all.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Winston. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him, man.
And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Winston leaves it with Barber on the draw. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Andre Ellington, his first carry. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay.